Hey, what's up, everybody? Dr. Weaver here again with tonight's Spinal Workshop. Today we're going to be talking about some of my favorite topics, thoughts, traumas, and toxins. But before we jump into that, again, we do these Spinal Workshops every single week to make sure we educate our community, our patients, and continually bringing up updated topics. So before you start into this and take some notes, do us a favor, go ahead and like, subscribe our YouTube channel, our Facebook. That way, anytime we post any announcements, whether they are these Spinal Workshop videos or other trendy topics, that you get notified when we do those. So, thoughts, traumas, and toxins. I'm going to take a total different approach than I normally do with this topic because when you really slow down, and maybe you've even done this, think about what our bodies go through. Think about how they fall apart. How do they decay? Pick whatever way you want to call it, damage, whatever. And if you think about it, things are either going to be good for us or they're going to be bad for us. In my opinion, there's no real in between. So we're going to dive into this. We're going to get to 3 things that you can do immediately that doesn't cost any money to improve your health. So again, if you think about it, this conversation is to provoke you to think about every day of your life. What are your habits? What are your trends? What do you do? What do you not do? Traumas. What do we ask of our body? What position do we put our bodies in? At a desk? This is a standing desk. Are we hunched over? Are you a construction laborer? Are you a farmer? Do you stand on concrete? Do you work in a factory, manufacturing plant? Are you a dentist? Are you hunched over patients? Are you a hairstylist or barber? Think of all those positions that we put our bodies in. That's just the position. How about impacts? All the aforementioned professions as well. How about kids in athletics, gymnastics, football, basketball? Even think of the other things that we don't maybe even think of. How about band? I mean, carrying an instrument in different positions. And then are we active or are we inactive? What are we constantly doing throughout our day? So those classify into traumas. What about thoughts? I call this the silent killer. What's around us? What's around us physically? What's around us that we can't even see, mentally, emotionally? All of these things have an effect on us. You know, I talk about a time for myself when we had to do board exams. And really want to kind of touch on all of these today, but you had poor sleep, you had poor nutrition, you had all these things, you're super stressed out, your cortisol's through the roof. How many people after a board exam, and that just is my example, whatever that may be for you, that maybe you got sick because your body finally crashed and kind of gave up for a few days or a week. And the last one, how about toxins? What are we putting inside our bodies? Food, drink, drug, whether that's pharmaceutical or recreational. What are these things that we're ingesting into our bodies? So what's around us? What's going inside of us? And what position are we putting our bodies in? So all these can be good or bad. And that's just to think about our daily life. How about taking it a step further within those thoughts, traumas, and toxins? How much? What's the dosage? The amount of time are we exposed to all this? Are we exposed to stress every single day, every day, 8 to 10 hours a day at work, maybe at home? How about toxins? Are we taking prescription drugs every day? Do we have alcohol every day? Do we use tobacco every day? Traumas. Again, how about maybe we don't work out at all, maybe we have no physical activity, and maybe we sit at a desk for a living. Or maybe 1 hour of our day that we're sitting, 8 hours a day we're standing. All of these things I want you to think about. Think about it yourself. What do you do? Every choice that we make, we move towards health or we move towards disease. The number one cause of our death in our country is poorly made choices. You heard me talk all of 2023 about this. I really haven't brought it up too much in 2024, but all of 2023. Duke University did a study that found poorly made choices are the number one cause of death in our country. All those things that we just talked about are choices. So, I said earlier, we're going to talk about 3 things that you can do. You can start today. You don't need a single thing that can improve your health. 3 things cost no money. Number 1, you might want to jot these down. I'm going to give you the reason why these are important, why you can do them, and the benefits. Number 1, sleep. Get more rest. Why get more rest? I mean, I had to shorten most of these lists on here because there are so many benefits. Sleep promotes growth, supports weight management, keeps your immune system strong, increases attention span, and boosts memory and learning. The recommendation for that is typically 7 to 8 hours. You probably heard that a lot. 8 hours of sleep. Some of you maybe do better with less, but maybe you have to have caffeine later throughout the day. 7 to 8 hours. Not enough sleep or routinely getting broken sleep is linked with 7 of the top 15 leading causes of death in the U.S. I'll read that again. I'll read that again. That was totally new to me as well. Not enough sleep or routinely getting broken sleep is linked with 7 of the top 15 leading causes of death in the United States. So, sleep 7 to 8 hours. Doesn't cost any more money to do that. We're really going to come back to, I'm already going to jump ahead of this of, well, I don't have time to do that. We'll get to that. Second thing that you can do to get better health. Drink more water. More water. Why? Aids in digestion, cushions your joints, carries nutrients and oxygen to the other cells in our body, and protects our organs and tissues. You hear me often in our office, and Dr. Helms as well, reference half your body weight in ounces. There is no magic cookie cutter, this is what works. Again, it's situational. Are you taking medication or are you not taking medication? What are you drinking? Are you drinking a lot of caffeinated drinks, a lot of coffee that are diuretics? Are you eating a lot of veggies and fruits that have a lot of water to them? So for most healthy individuals, they recommend 124 ounces for men, 92 ounces for women. Again, just drink more water. Third thing, big one on this. Third thing, exercise or stretch. Just take stretch out of that. Let's just go with exercise, okay? And you're probably already asking, well, you said it wouldn't cost any money. I got to get a gym membership, or I got to get weights at my house. You don't need any of that. Walking's free. You can walk. You can do push-ups. You can use your body weight. There you go. Benefits of exercise. Controls weight, improves mood, improves energy, combats other health conditions and diseases. That's a whole nother road. Promotes better sleep. Back up to point number 1, get more sleep. So what's the recommendations? How much exercise should you get? My undergrad is exercise physiology. I have watched this change. I feel like every 5 years, the recommendations get less and less and less because we get lazier and lazier and lazier, and we just try to do something. So ACSM, that's the American College of Sports Medicine, and the CDC recommend for aerobic cardio-based 150 minutes per week with a moderate intensity. Break that down. I believe that comes out to be about 21, 22 minutes per day. Guys, gals, everybody, 21 minutes, 22 minutes a day. You can carve that out, okay? Still coming back to that in 1 second. So my personal fave, muscle strengthening activities, 2 or more days a week that target all major muscle groups, okay? 2 days a week. 20 minutes, 22 minutes, aerobic, 2 other days of the week, muscle strengthening. Bringing this full circle. The number one excuse that I hear, and it's an excuse, I don't have time. I would love to look at everybody's calendars, because if anybody understands the value of time, I get it. You heard me mention these things cost no extra money for you to do them. They will cost a little bit of time. Investing in your health now is going to give you dividends in the long run. Investing now in your health is going to help you enjoy life and be more joyful. I tried to find the accurate statistic on this. I'm still not totally clear on it. It looked like screen time for cell phones, the average American spends 2 to 4 hours a day. 2 to 4 hours. Exercise alone, we're talking 20 to 30 minutes, 20 to 40 minutes. All these things you can do within your house, within your office, drinking more water, and sleeping. One of the biggest time sucks in my own house is the television. You don't need it. It doesn't have to be there. Put it there as a reward that, hey, you know what? You did a really good job this week. Friday night you get to watch a movie or something of that nature. So, wrapping this up in closing, we constantly try to make you think and provoke thought, because the more educated we are, we make better health decisions. So, what are you doing? What are you doing now? Looking back on this past 10 to 15 minutes going through this, what are you doing now? Are you doing any of those, or are you doing none of them? And just start with one maybe. Just start with one a week. Add one in. Evaluate. I love this. Heard this as a quote before. I love this. Evaluate your shoulds and your must. What must you do? What should you do? And what are you really doing? So, I hope you found this Spinal workshop informational, educational, and motivational. Tune in, like us, subscribe on YouTube, Facebook. We'll look forward to seeing you at our next Spinal workshop. Thanks, everybody. Have a blessed day, blessed week. We'll see you soon. Hey, everybody. Hope you enjoyed that Spinal workshop. Don't forget to like the video if you learned something, and be sure to share it with somebody else who may benefit from that information discussed. Also, make sure you subscribe to our channel and click the notification bell so you are alerted whenever we post a video.